seat.
Why?
Well, to sleep with it.
And as you fall, Enwin is still on his feet. The rest of you fall and break all of the tables inside of the Cheshire Club. To which Bo goes, "Come on!"
Best day ever!
Group, though. He wouldn't work with the group because he likes Cass, and that would just be really, really awkward on the battlefield.
What?
I don't think that's an awkward. Perfect person to protect Cass. I
Wait,
like
what?
it. Let's go.
I'm still
I
here.
don't need protection.
I'm still here. At the...
I know you are, sweetie.
Chris,
It's okay.
shh. The adults are talking. Shh.
Oh,
One
alright.
second, buddy.
I like it. I'm gonna. What did
Chris
you
likes
think?
Cass?
I like.
What have you been?
Ibs was a little pretentious.
Abs was
And
my
for
favorite.
me.
I like Bob.
Thanks, Perry.
Alright.
Appreciate it.
Are you gonna leave?
Yeah, the crew needs me.
You go, and I'm gonna stay right here.
Oh my god.
And he nods his head. And he nods his head and walks you over to the door. And just sort of opens the door.
Oh man.
There was mouth stuff poison? Oh yeah.
There was mouth stuff.
That came out wrong. Sorry.
Sorry. I could not laugh.
Person has died, Ryan. A little decorum,
Death
please.
due to mouth stuff. Come on. Get over it.
I'll go home
Smack
now.
him across the face. I'm like, wake up.
All right, you smack Ryan across the We're set up in these stands or floating above the water. Have never seen a ship cross the finish line, but first. And they all watch as the first thing they see is Monkey C. Written along the side of the ship, crossing and backwards. And you have crossed the finish line. Congratulations, crew. You have won the first high lock race for the briefest of seconds. Let them be. Let them love and hurt and change and tell stories and die fighting and pouring drinks and doing the right thing even though it hurts. Just let them be. We can give them that. What's going on, Indigo Chameleon audience? It's me, your good buddy Scribe, here to remind you of the fun ways that you can interact here on Indigo Chameleon, even when we're not streaming. One, we've got an amazing Discord. Come and hang out with us. We would love to have you there. You can find some inspiration if you need it. There's memes. There's even like fun ways for you to be like the first one to know when we're looking for players for a remote one-shot or a one-shot located here at Indigo Chameleon Studios. So please come and hang out with us on the Discord. We would love to have you. We also have a merch store. Yeah, it's a chance for you, the dear viewer, to help us represent the brand a little bit. There's t-shirts, there's mugs, there's prints, there's shower curtains. So I hear one day you will be mine, shower curtain. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support. And as always, there's always a spot here at the table for you. You are the 7th player at this spot. You can use stream points by clicking that little karma right at the bottom of your screen, right where the chat is, one of those sides. You can do that and earn stream points. Every time you tune in, you help us raid, you spread the word, donate bits. That, well, I don't know about spreading the word, it'd be hard to track that, but all of those other things will help you earn stream points that you can use to help your players when they need it the most. Thank you all so much for all your support. Hello, everybody. Let's make sure these are set up. Hi, hello, welcome. It is Thursday night, and it's time for a little Dungeons and Dragons here on Indigo Chameleon. Woo, woo, woo. It's me, your good buddy Scribe. Hope you enjoyed those announcements. I made them myself. But you can hang out with us on the Discord, and we also have a merch store with lots of cool stuff. Like we've got cups and shirts and crazy awesome coolness. And then we also ooh, beat you to it, just so close. And then we also have a way for you to interact with the stream. All of you that are such amazing followers and subscribers, if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for free, which helps us out and helps us keep the lights on. Woo woo! Thank you, IttyV. Your enthusiasm is appreciated. We have an exciting schedule coming up. Tomorrow we actually get to go back to Neverland, which I'm stoked to do. Some of the players are less stoked to do. They would like to go back to the world of lasers and feelings. However, no. Needs must when the devil drives, so we are headed back to Neverland to play a game of Dead Man's Hand. And we watch to see how good Thistle is at cards. So it's going to be good. And then or it could be bad. We don't have anything going on Saturday. Do we have anything going on Sunday? When's our next game, Big Mike?
The 29th?
Alright, so not this coming Sunday. We got a little bit of time. But you know who does have stuff usually going on the weekends? AQV, that guy. AQV, tell us what's going on with your stream this weekend.
This weekend stream is going to be an interesting one. We've got a lot of players that want to play this weekend, and we've got a lot of stuff to do. We are torn between where to go because I have given the players plenty of options, and I have thoroughly confused them. So, which I mean, turnabout is fair play. So they've done it to me for like six sessions straight. So just turning it around. But we've got a boat trip planned to a tropical island. We've got some dungeons planned. See if they fall into one of those, literally and figuratively. But yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Late night, we're 9 p.m. usually and onwards, Friday nights and Saturday nights.
Very good. So please tune in to IkiV's channel. It's amazing. She is an amazing dungeon master, and she's deserving of your love and bits and follows and subscriptions and all of that. Anybody else have anything going on this weekend? Streams upcoming? You want to plug? Sleep? Lots of sleep? So, gang, I'm going to put it on Front Street because we're all friends here. The scribe is emotionally and physically exhausted. So we're going to have a bit of a shortish episode. It's going to be kind of what I'm going to affectionately refer to as a mini-sode. And so we're going to do a little mini-sode, and we're going to play a little bit fast and loose with the rules here as we figure out where everybody is headed. I know that each of you have certain things that you want to accomplish and things that you wish to do. So I'm not being curt with you. I am just that tired, if that makes sense. But I promise to be fully your magnanimous, voiced over, full of awesomeness DM the next episode. So, yes. Okay, so that was the Friday. That was the schedule. Tuesday we go back to Wonderland, which I'm very excited about. As the last episode was an amazing battle scene. 2 years of, and any of you that have ever DM'd a game will appreciate this. Like I've probably been DMing for, gosh, a couple of years now. And last night I was like, I think I'm finally getting the hang of battles. So Tuesday's episode of Wonder was a pretty good battle, and I think I'm finally getting the hang of this after 2 years. So yeah, it was a good one. The Fey courts have entered into the scene, and for those of you paying attention, the string is being tied from Wonderland to Lost Isle. So that's all I want to drop for now. But like the string is being tied between the two areas. So the Lost Isle is going to have a hand in the finale of Wonder. So I'm excited, and we'll see what happens there. But that is Tuesday night, and then it takes us right back around to Lost Isle. So once upon a time on the Lost Isle, we experienced the joys of an interlude after our many, many adventures in the Winter Court and Summer Court, the Offending Shadows arc. The heroes took some downtime. I use the term loosely because some of them just wanted to lay down and for their downtime and knock it up and listen to music and go to libraries and do some exploring and things of that sort. So Some of the group did a little bit of exploring and got their magical items. Some of them discovered that they have evolved into symbols of hope and faith in a community that is searching for it. They met Felrin Marin, one of those characters that you create and happens to find his way into every universe because I love him. He is my first D&D character. But Felrin is a resident artificer here on the Lost Isle, and he was teaching the group a little bit about faith and hope. If you happen to have a YouTube account, we'd love you to subscribe and watch some of our old episodes. You can also see them on Twitch, but I encourage you to go back and watch. We're going to pick up right where that episode ended, where Turk and Texas, in a moment of impulsivity that Zephyr and Zuki would be oh so proud of, grabbed a random book on a dragon, discovering that this book was about Puff the Magic Dragon. A dragon that lived in a... She got picked up on my microphone.
It's that mom voice.
Yeah, it's that mom voice that echoed throughout the entire space. Puff lives in a land of candy. So this particular dragon is that of a sparkly pink dragon, and that is where we are going to pick up. Turk, Texas, you are in the presence of a very large dragon. Right now, the only other dragon I think that you two have encountered, unless your adventures have taken you somewhere else, is that of a... Well, hey there, Zang Mac, thanks for the host. It's a Zang Mac raid. Obnoxious bagpipe music can only mean one thing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what a catchphrase. Turk, Texas, this is a perfect time for the Zang Mac raid. You are facing down against the giant pink sparkly dragon known as Puff the Magic Dragon. He seems somewhat amiable in your conversations, but you see as a little cloud of cotton candy seems to flit over. Just like a cat, Puff crouches down on all fours and chases after this little tuft of cotton candy, batting it about the space as if it was a poof ball and he was a giant cat, hunting it, jumping on it, and throwing it up in the air, and then reverently remembering who he was speaking to, coming over and rejoining the group. What brings you here to my candy kingdom?
Curiosity?
Ah, yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Worst. Appreciate the follow. You are curious. Well, come. We shall eat candy, and you can tell me of your hopes and dreams and what you wish to become when you grow up.
Okay. I just... Well, I was looking for a dragon with some information, and...
I am a dragon with information.
That's great. I just saw your name, and I think I'm just a little thrown off because you're a very unexpected dragon.
Oh, this is a compliment. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's absolutely a compliment. You're incredibly unique. In fact, I'm really, really feeling bad right now because I have a friend that would just love your whole aesthetic here.
Oh, what is your friend's name?
Her name's Cass.
Maybe this will be a lesson unto Cass to be more impulsive.
Wow, if only it
That's
ever
what I
been
was
a little more
thinking.
impulsive.
I mean, what's the worst that could have happened? You could have gone somewhere else. And this, Cass, as you turn the time turner, like, no. Nothing happens. You regret all of your life choices. Yes.
I'm so glad that impulsivity always pays off.
Well, I am at your service for the time being.
Okay, what can I call you?
You can call me Puff.
Puff!
And as
Okay.
Puff the Magic Dragon!
and as
No,
tough,
I just wanted to be respectful because,
Do you not know who this is?
no,
Turk in Texas,
Actually, I
wisdom
don't.
saving throws.
Wait, me too? Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Turk in Texas,
I'm
wisdom
just
saving
realizing
throws.
I would have no idea who this dragon is.
You will in a minute.
12.
12.
That is a 14.
The candy around you, the lollipop forest, begins to to move and sway in the breeze as Turk goes, "You know who that is. That's Puff the Magic Dragon." And the two of you are caught up in a sing-along. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Live
By the sea.
and frolic.
That's just
in the
for
dark.
copyright
We're getting
purposes.
Go. We can't go any farther.
Yeah, for copyright purposes, that's as far as we can.
Got it.
But it's a rousing rendition of Puff the Magic Dragon, and as quickly as it comes upon you, that verse is gone.
Now, have I established, like at this point, I know that these dragons are trapped in book. Have we had any indication that they're aware that they're trapped? We don't know? We don't know? Okay. All right.
So I gotta ask you mentioned your master Johnny, is it Johnny Paper?
Johnny Paper?
Jimmy
Yeah,
Paper.
Jackie. I think it
Jackie
was
Paper. Jackie Paper.
Jackie, yes.
Is he here?
He is not. He had actually grown a little too old for me, but I have found a new home here in this mystical kingdom, and I'm happy to impart any knowledge that I have gleaned over the years.
Can I ask a question? And it's just out of curiosity, and I don't mean to offend. And if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to.
Sure.
Well, when we were tracking you down, when we were tracking down a dragon and not knowing who we might run into, there was a different name that was given to us. It started with an L. Lestat? Lestat? I may have written it down wrong. I believe it was Lestat.
I am unsure as to why that name was given.
No idea. Okay.
But let us speak more of the Candy Forest. Come, there is a gumdrop river that you can float down. I can take you to it.
Honestly, I feel like I really shouldn't experience the Gumdrop River until I bring back my friend. Like, I feel like maybe we could talk and get know each other, and then I can like go for a little while and then come back and bring my friend, and we could experience like the Gumdrop River together.
You are leaving.
Well, eventually, I'd really like to bring her back to see this place. I hope that would work for you.
Give me a persuasion check, Texas.
Oh no, there's something more going on here. That is oh God, that's a nat one.
You see Puff the sparkly pink dragon dig its claws into the ground a little bit and say, "The two of you have just arrived. It would be a shame to leave now. You've only just gotten here."
Oh, I wasn't planning on leaving immediately, and meanwhile, I'm gonna look around for a sparkly doorway just so I know where it is.
Sure. The sparkly doorway is about 100 feet away from you all as you took your first halting steps into the world that could not be evil in any way. It was just made of candy, and the dragons are pink and sparkly and super nice. It's about 100 feet away from you.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm getting a little more concerned.
The dragon...
What could we possibly be concerned about? This is Puff the Magic Dragon.
He's right. And then as Turk goes, "This is Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff the Magic Dragon." Another rousing sing-along. And Turk seems to be just in heaven. Like, he is eating this up. Like, this is the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Like,
my Nana used to sing me this song all the time.
I'm
Yeah?
sure she did.
I hadn't heard it. I mean, I had a fairly musical upbringing, and I've still never heard this song. So it's a little catchy, but I feel like it could get repetitive after a while.
What was your Nana's name?
It was Nana D.
And as you say, it was Nana D. You hear, Turk? Turk, is that you? And from out behind some of the lollipop fields, you see Nana D, and she's holding like a tray of brownies. She's like, "Oh, Turk, it's been ages.
Nana, what are you doing here?
Well, I've made your favorite brownies, of course."
You baked brownies.
And Puff goes, "Yes, Turk, of course. Nana D and I are good friends here."
So, do I have any type of being able to resist the charms of my Nana D at this point?
You don't have to do anything. No spell has been cast upon you other than the natural charms of Nana D.
I just don't understand how you got here, Nana D. This is...
Well, Turk, this is where we all go.
Oh, we all fall down here.
That's amazing. I kind of sidle up to Texas. This is weird.
Yeah. While he was having that conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to sending. I would like to sending.
You would like to sending.
I would like to sending now.
Who would you like to sending now?
I'm gonna sending now to Cass.
Okay. Can you do a sending to a creature on another plane of existence?
I can, but there's a 5% chance that the message won't arrive.
Okay. So let's go ahead and roll those probabilities. Okay. What is the sending that you are sending to Cass?
It's 25 words or less, right? Nah. Okay. We found Lestette's book. It's Puff the Magic Dragon. Lots of candy. Still a bit suspicious. Trying to get back soon. Contact you if can't.
Cass, you receive that message in your head. You can respond back with a message of your own, 25 words or less.
Cass responds with sending. Be safe. Who's Puff?
Great. She ended with a question, so Texas, you will have to cast that spell again, burning yet another high-level spell slot in order to respond back to Cass's message.
Nope, because I told her I'd send if we couldn't get back.
Okay,
So
got it.
Gonna have to leave it at that.
Great. So while Texas and Turk are going through the perfectly innocent, very fine Puff the Magic Dragon, let's cut back to the rest of the group. I know that you guys were searching for certain things. Cass, where are you during the last little bit of your interlude, part 2, Electric Boogaloo?
So Cass and Kiara and maybe William had just diverged from the rest of the group
Sure.
to go their direction while Turk and Texas went into the book. And I think Kiara and Cass were going to start doing some research.
Okay. Yeah, you find you're looking for a library of any sort, right? You're just looking for a place to gather information.
Yep.
There are 2 places. One of them is more of a traditional library, old tomes, lots of books. It's actually as an in-joke for anybody that follows along. The entrance, the building is the smallest building on the island. It is actually a blue police box. That's near the end of the road, with just the words. On one side of the blue police box is Bad Wolf, and then the other side is the word library. That is the one place you can go to. The other place looks a little bit more gleaming and shiny, akin to an Apple store. You realize that this is looks to be a bit more technologically based when it comes to gathering information. You're not sure. As you come in, it's got more of the vibe of a Starbucks meets an Apple store. You see individuals sitting down at their own sort of little mini cubicles, and while the outside is glass, so you are able to look inside this building. There are these metal discs that seem to float about the space, dispensing cups of coffee and pastries and things of that sort that float around to the individualized cubicles that seem to have people in them. Some of them look to be gaming, some of them look to be researching things, but those are your two options when it comes to information gathering.
And pass a look to Kiara and
This one freaks me out a bit. It's too clean.
the shiny one. Okay.
Okay, let's go to the other one.
Yeah.
Can we stop that one on the way back though? Like it looks kind of cool though. Gotta be real. Maybe.
Maybe. Solid
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll head towards the
Police box.
not at all. Anyway, a police box.
Sure. As you enter into the police box, it's odd. It's the first thing you notice is it's bigger on the inside. As you walk into the, there is a centralized. It almost looks like a large tube, as if this was like an engine of some sort. In the center of this circular space as you enter into it. However, this circular tube looks like it's created concentric rings, and it's almost like a tower of sorts with books that spread all throughout the tower, going up infinitum, almost as if there is no end to the amount of books that are being stored in this space. You see there are individuals all spaced throughout the area, all of them wearing the same outfit of a plain-looking suit, Chuck Taylors, and bow ties. And they all seem to be situated around certain tables, and then books will manifest on the table. One of the people will race over to the table, grab the book, and then take off running into the stacks. Behind a small desk is what looks to be a tree. The tree is sort of slumped over the desk as if it is growing into the desk.
It's a lot. Like it's a.
You see the trunk, you see the green. It looks like a tree is bent over a desk, growing over the desk.
Okay, well. Off to the information desk.
Yeah.
Kara?
Probably a good place to start.
Sure. You head over to the information desk. As you get closer and closer, you hear like. Issuing forth from the tree.
Is there a bell or anything?
There is no bell.
Excuse me.
Oh, hello. How are you? Sorry. And you see this figure sit up. They are composed of a tree, but they have humanoid arms. Their hair is the green leaves that form it. It's more of a... Actually, both of you give me Arcana checks. 12.
That's a +0. 14.
14. He looks like a cross between a human and a treant. From the like the Lord of the Rings, something like akin to that. But his smile is very wide. When he speaks with a sort of a fast staccato, and he goes, "Hello, yes, welcome to the box, the repository, rather. We have lots of books here. We actually have all lost books. Any book that has been damaged, destroyed, set on fire, thrown away, tossed aside to the waste bin, accidentally thrown out by your mother when she's cleaning out the attic, and you told her, please don't throw away the comic books, they're worth some money. All of those books end up here through some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey thing. We get them right before they are destroyed. I am David Trennett. David Triant.
I almost kept my composure. Almost.
I was gonna do it.
And he goes, welcome. How can I help you? Are you here for business? Are you here for pleasure? Are we looking for anything in particular? Are we browsing?
Research.
Research. Lovely. I love the research. What are we researching?
I'm not quite sure what Cass is researching exactly.
Yeah.
But death.
He turns up to look at Cass, and he goes, "All right, Death, but that's at least you're keeping things light on our first meeting. Good. Death for her, and then for you."
Belief.
Death and belief. You
We're here for a good time, not
Yes,
for
I
a
was.
long time.
I was going to say you couldn't have said like Nancy Drew or something along those lines. It was death and
Well,
belief.
to be fair, it's item belief, magic inherent in belief.
Okay, this
items.
helps. This helps. The inherent belief in items, faith giving power to things. Yes, of course.
Yes.
All right. You can either sit over there. We have a collection of various bean bags and comfortable-looking chairs that we've scrounged about. And you look over, and sure enough, there's a small little corner of the space that looks to be just made up of every comfortable chair that looks like people would throw away because it's ugly, but it's actually the most comfortable chair in the world. Everybody has that mustard yellow chair that they dream about sleeping in because it was the most comfortable thing, but you're like, somebody's like, that's ugly, you need to throw that away. And you're like, I'll miss you, most comfortable in the world yellow mustard chair. Like, there's bean bags. You even see a few hammocks set up as individuals are over there with piles of books. It looks very comfortable, but not for everyone. You are welcome to go and search for yourself if you so choose, or we can actually send one of the nurses to look for you.
Could you point me in a direction?
Sure. Yes. David. David looks about the space and starts examining. He actually goes over to that central tower that seems to run up the entire length of it and puts a hand to it. And he goes, well, she's looking for death. Well, I don't know. That one's looking for death. This one's looking for objects and... all right. Yes. Got it. All right, fine. You want to look for the 7th floor. It's a bit of a jog, or you can just... if you have means of transportation, you can go there. But the 7th floor is going to have information you're looking for. Look at the northeast corner. There's a blue bookshelf.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yes. And death. Yes?
Yes.
That
And veil and things about dying and.
level 42.
Okay. That's 42 floors up.
Yes. Concentric circles.
Okay. That's gonna be a long ride. Is anybody weird about flying here?
No one's weird about flying here.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And David goes, take good care of the books, please, but if something happens to them, it's okay, they'll end up right back on that table. But just do your best. It would be rude to do anything to them.
Thank you.
Of course, yes, anytime. And he goes back to sitting at his desk, just sort of, he's got a book that he's flipping through absentmindedly on his desk. The two of you, as you make your way to the different floors, Cass, do you have the ability to fly?
I've got a very nifty broom that can hold 2 like young ladies.
You do have a nifty broom. Okay. So you're using your broom.
Yep. And I'll hold it out to my side and look to Kiara and ask her if she wants to go for a ride.
Well, it's not the first time I've been called a witch. Let's go.
So we will carefully mount this broom, and I will say.
I need you to stop talking.
I wasn't doing. No.
In 3 sentences, you ask Kiara if she wants to go for a ride, and the two of you mounted a broom. What is your
What do you call it?
what is your activation word for the broom?
Yip yip.
Yip 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 yip. As
Yip,
Cass and Kiara, do you drop Kiara off at her level?
Well, do you want me to stay with you while you research?
You can
Oh yeah,
go.
you don't want to split the party. That could get dangerous.
You hush over there, Mr. Impulsive. Let's
this
get
is more.
to yours
This is more of
first.
a castle
is
that Kiara's
high
going
up.
through some stuff too. So,
Yours is higher up. Let's go up to yours. Maybe I'll help you.
uh, are you sure? Okay.
Cass and Kiara, perception checks.
If you would stay on the table, please. Thank you.
That's a 13.
You notice, Kiara, what about you?
18.
18. The two of you start to notice that the higher up in levels that you get, the less and less people you see milling about the space. You do see people in various forms of transit. You see people that have polymorphed. There are giant owls. You see individuals that even seem to like teleport from floor to floor. There are stairs that you can take as well, but there looks to be other means of magical transport. As you get past around level 30, Kiara, it's you that notice that the lighting is getting a little dark, even with the lighting source of the main engine itself lighting the way. But as you go up, you find yourself on floor 42 with some dark tones sort of spread about this large circular rotunda with the big hole in the middle of it. With that being said, as you finally get to floor 42 and you find your towel, let's cut back to William. William, what are you doing with your time?
I actually have thought about it quite a bit, and I need to see Jim.
Okay.
He's got a lot of the he's really tied into the lore of the island, and
Sure.
I need his
Yeah, give
assistance.
me an investigation check, buddy. As you are, you're kind of looking around. You're asking around. You're asking where Jim is.
That will be 15 on a day, so 23. Total.
23. It does not take you long. Your first instinct is to go back to the bar that you guys kind of hung out at. You remembered seeing him a couple times in the Round the Clock Cafe. So you head back to the Round the Clock, and as you head to the Round the Clock, sure enough, he's there with a few other individuals that all pulled knives on you the last time you were in here and sort of threatened him. But this was back in your roguish days. You were so much younger then, so full of hope. But now as you walk in, you're wearing a much different attire. I don't know if you've got a little bit of a beard growing, but yeah. But as you come into the bar, Jim turns around and sort of looks at you, doesn't pay you much attention, and then stops and turns back and looks as he recognizes who you actually are.
Yeah, that happened.
Whoa.
Kind of what I need to talk to you about.
Yeah, no, have a seat. Come on in. And he kind of clears, he like pushes somebody aside and they don't want to leave, but he kind of shoves them aside. And you recognize them as the rogue that was the first one to get a good sneak attack in at your back before. But he jumps up and leaves. And William, welcome back. You've gone through some changes.
Yeah, lots happened. So, can you tell me about this Merlin problem?
Jumping right into it.
I don't have much time.
Which prophecy are you referring to?
The one that has all these people looking at me like I'm a nice guy.
William, you know about the origins of the island, right?
Yes.
Like your dad bringing it into being, and it's been a safe haven for people.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with me?
He stops and he goes, he's trying to think about how best to do this. And he turns back and he goes, William, when you look at the bar, what do you see? All these people sitting around drinking and things of that sort. What do you see?
Lively tavern?
Okay. You know what I see? I see a bar full of orphans. I see a bar full of people that will never go home again. I see a bar full of people who drink to forget. Everybody had their reasons for leaving whatever place they were from, but they all left. And they can't go back. Because what are the odds are that the island will hit that spot in time again? You guys got to go home. Do you understand how rare that is? Some people see home, but it's years later or years before. You were gifted. They look at you because you don't represent Merlin, you represent home. You represent everything that they've always wanted. When you're a kid, you want nothing more than to leave the house, right? Like you want to go out and find yourself and find your name. And then when you go, after years, you always think about home.
I get it. Hope is a very powerful thing to hold on to.
Hope is not a very powerful thing to hold on to. Hope is the most powerful thing to hold on to.
Okay. I'm not supposed to save everybody, am I? There's not some sort of like deal where I gotta like, oh yeah, Merlin's back. Save her.
I don't think anybody's expecting you to do that, man. They've seen what you're
Okay.
capable of.
Like, listen, I don't need everybody's hopes resting on me. I don't know that I'm that guy or I deserve that mantle.
Too bad. I mean, listen, William, we're not that close. I mean, we've had some moments in the past. You've tried to kill me, and I've had my friends almost kill you. Like, I'm trying to figure out a nice way to say that, like, I don't like you enough to lie to you. Too bad. Whether you wanted it or not, it's yours. It's your namesake. Like, you do with it what you want. If you want to squander it, that's fine, but you're your father's son.
What do they expect from me?
I don't know.
These people never gave me a second thought in their entire lives. And now I'm their hope. I get it, but what do they want me to do?
So, you're sympathizing with someone that was born to a great man that people expected the world from, huh?
I understand what you're saying.
Like Mordrew or Randall?
I get it. Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I see the irony in that.
Okay. You be you. Don't be Merlin. Nobody could be Merlin. That guy was insane. I met him one time and he turned me into a newt. I got better.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah. So don't be Merlin. Be William the Great. Form your own legacy. Let them write stories about you. You understand how much you look like him too, right?
Everybody says that, but I don't see it.
I see it.
Never.
I see it sometimes. Sometimes if the light hits you at the right angles and you look at your cheekbones, I'm like, oh my god, that's Merlin's cheekbones.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And he kind of looks up at the owl as the owls talk for the first time, and you see Jim just sort of like taken aback. He's like, oh god, okay. That's a thing now.
Well, you know, familiars.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. So, your research on the old Excalibur thing. Did you find out anything interesting? Like, what would happen if it
If Excalibur disappeared?
Yeah, I know you've done like so much research on it. Like, what happened?
The sword is indestructible.
Like-
It's the only thing about it that I know of, and I'm certain of. It's infallible. It's
But if it were destroyed, what would happen?
you don't
I mean-
understand, the sword can't be destroyed.
But if it were, like maybe okay, so if it's like okay, so we're talking about like energy can't be destroyed; it just gets transferred into something else. Is that the kind of thing that you're talking about?
He looks at you and he goes. It's almost like he's trying to talk to a child. He's like. He takes a pencil, okay, and he goes, "You see this? And he breaks the pencil. And he goes, "This is not Excalibur, because I broke it. This was something else. This served a different purpose. I use this to write on things."
So let me ask you this: if, let's say, something that appeared to be Excalibur and it was broken, would that mean that it wasn't Excalibur to begin with, or that maybe you need to rethink your unbreakable?
He stops and thinks, and he goes, this is the weirdest hypothetical you've ever given me, William.
I've got more. We'll do some more later, but
If a group of heroes was given something that was made to look like Excalibur, then it was probably so they would take it. Because they thought it was Excalibur.
right? And
What then the sword, whatever they held in their hands, even though it wasn't Excalibur, must have served a different purpose.
excellent. That's okay. Gotcha. Understood.
It was a pencil.
Why would somebody make a duplicate?
I don't know. Why are trees good? Are we just saying stupid things now? Like, I don't.
No, I thought maybe like in your research you might have come across like, oh hey, I'm the guy that makes duplicates of.
Were there duplicates of King Arthur's sword? Yes,
Were there?
absolutely. Do you know how
Multiple for multiple purposes. I understand.
there were 3 in particular?
Okay, and what happened to the other 2?
Well, one is currently stored in the London Museum in current time. I believe it's 2020. Like if we're moving down the actual path, it's stored within the London Museum. The other one is in, of all places, New Jersey. It's being held by a little kid who it kind of passed down from generation to generation. But that's the second duplicate. That's pretty good. We actually thought it was the real one for a little bit. And then the third one, no one knows what happened to it.
Okay, I think I know,
Okay.
but I would probably keep this between us.
Okay.
I think that's what was in the stove on the island
Okay.
because it's broken.
Okay. He looks at you and kind of shakes his head, and then he goes, "Fair enough." Okay. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end tonight's episode. Because I just got some troubling news, and that the Disney parks are closed for all of March, and it means that I need to do some searching for some stuff real quick, and so yeah, so I'll have a lot more free time for adventures, but means I'm out of a job for March, so that's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and end tonight's episode a little bit early. We'll screen cap this look of shock on everyone's faces, but I love you guys so much. We'll see you soon. Indigo Connect, and yeah, thank you for getting lost with us. We'll talk to you guys soon.